This is for Robert Brooks. So, I gotta come on this side. From Rochester, you should be down here right now.
Now here they just incognito.
On the organization?
Testing.
Yeah.
Hi everybody.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
We're gonna get started. I want to start off by saying thank you so much for showing up in the cold and the wind. It means a lot, especially to the family. My name is Shay, and I am here with the New York Civil Liberties Union, resident of Rochester, long term. I've been here all my life, also an organizer in the area.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you for being here tonight, for showing up for Robert Brooks, his family, and his loved ones. Gathering under these circumstances like this is never easy. It's never easy to confront the pain of losing someone we love to a system that continues to fail us. A system like the New York State Correctional Facility and prisons that robs the fathers, sons, uncles, cousins, that rob Robert Brooks' life from his family. And it's certainly not easy to have to fight and grieve all at once. We are here tonight to stand by the side of Robert Brooks' family, to show them that they do not stand alone in anger and frustration. We are all here because we are willing and able to stand by his father, his son, and all his loved ones in the fight for the justice that Robert Brooks deserves.
That's right.
We are here because what we all witnessed in that body cam, it shook us.
That's right.
It outraged us.
Right.
It was triggering. I know it left me personally hurt, frustrated, mad as hell. All of the things. Now let me be very clear. What we saw in that video cannot simply be described as a misuse of force against Robert Brooks. What we saw in that video was the killing of Robert Brooks. It was murder.
Say it again.
In some of the articles, I've seen the headlines as a New York State inmate who was beaten to death. But Mr. Brooks was so much more than that. He was someone's father, someone's close friend, someone's cousin, someone's child, a person, a human, a person held by the system and whose life was stolen by the state of New York. Robert Brooks' fatal beating is not an isolated incident.
It's not.
It adds to a long, shameful list of incarcerated New Yorkers subjected to brutality by correction staff. There is a culture of unchecked violence in our prisons, a culture of disturbing things that happens in New York prison. There's a huge lack of accountability for that abuse that happens at the hands of correction officers.
All right, Shay, talk to
who are
me.
charged with the safety and the security of people in our facilities.
That's the truth.
And this leaves incarcerated people to feel unsafe, not seen or heard, telling themselves that this is how things are and they have to deal with it. For those of us like me, who have incarcerated loved ones, this reality is all too familiar. We know the fear of wondering whether they are safe. We've heard the stories of mistreatment and racial abuse. We've seen the damage the system does. However, it should not take a senseless on-camera killing to wake the rest of New York up.
That's right.
We stand here today, mad as hell together, frustrated together, by the side of the Brooks family to let them know that we all are with them as we fight for the justice of Robert Brooks. New York State. So before I hand it off to my amazing organizer next to me, I want us all to just say his name very loud, very proud. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it one more time. Thank you.
Thank you, Shay.
Take your time, homie.
Class action suit against New York State.
Take your time, bro. You know what it is.
I'm here today. I'm Thomas Gant, by the way, community organizer for the Center for Community Alternatives, and I'm here to tell you that I'm not all right. I'm not all right because this senseless act, right, of murder, of abuse that took place has been taking place for far too long.
Yes, it has.
It's been a long time.
That's right.
I did 25 years of incarceration, by the way. I'm getting off track of my speech, but I did 25 years of incarceration, and when at the age of 21, came out at the age of 46, only been home a little over 2 years. And I will tell you this right now, the atrocities that's taking place right now in New York State Department of Corrections is horrible.
Yes, they are.
It's killing human beings literally, right? And for too long, nothing has been done. So for all the families, because I also invited some families here, right? When they made these claims of abuse, of murder, of all these atrocities taking place in prison, nothing was done, nothing was said. I'm so thankful for the Brooks family, right, and the fact that we're going to get justice for them. But make no mistake, we are here representing all of the families, loved ones, and our incarcerated people who have experienced abuse, murder, atrocities, rape, you name it, at the hands of people who we pay salary to.
Thank you.
Enough's enough.
Taxes.
So we have some demands tonight. We're going to speak loud and clear to our elected officials, to those in authority. We want different. I promise those brothers, those sisters, those others that's in this jail, that's in all of the prisons across New York State, that I will fight hard for them, that I will let know the truth of what's going on the inside. I'm not the only one. I stand here right now with several of my brothers and sisters, people who's incarcerated with me. They got those same stories. Right now I got the microphone. That's the only difference. But don't make them say, I'm here representing them as well.
Yes, you are.
I gotta get to my speech. My name is Thomas Gant, and I'm from the Center for Community Alternatives. I am a formerly incarcerated individual who all knows too well what happens behind the walls. We are outraged, heartbroken, over the brutal torture and murder of Robert Brooks. So many of us have survived to witness violence like this, or lost friends to the brutality revealed in that footage. For every instance caught on camera, countless more acts of violence and murder in prisons are ignored, justified, and covered up. Now the public will see what we have long known. Prisons are not places of safety. They are places of unchecked violence, especially for black, brown, immigrant, LGBTQ+, and working class people in our poor communities. The prison system is built through terror. That means beatings, violence, and daily acts of inhumanity, and are inflicted with impunity. At the Center for Community Alternatives, we hear these stories over and over from our members. This on the phone with some others earlier, who's also wanted to demand for their children. We hear these stories over and over from members and their loved ones. Prison staff who beat, destroy property, write baseless tickets, and exert control through abuse. Robert Brooks' murder is not an isolated incident.
That's the norm.
It epitomizes a system that thrives on perpetual punishment. Accountability must include the immediate firing and denial of pensions. Doing nothing. These are officers and also their accomplices. There are other people who still lie and you can't stop there. The violence they perpetuated is not an anomaly. It is a product of a system that is broken and steeped in impunity. Each additional year someone's sentenced to New York State prison is another year they're likely to face violence and torture. This is why we demand the passage of the Second Look Act, Earned Time Act, and Marvin Mayfield Act. The longer we wait to get people out of prison, the more lives are lost to the system's brutality. New York's unjust and racist sentencing laws have fueled mass incarceration and torn black and brown families apart for generations. Enough's enough. Leading to over 30,000 people right now who sit languishing in prison in these violent institutions. This cannot be swept under the rug. We won't let it be swept under the rug. And it's time for justice and change. I'm Thomas Gant. I am not all right, but I feel so much better and hopeful because all these beautiful faces showed up in the cold, right? We're all going to stand here unified and make sure that we make change across New York State, not just for our Brooks family. We're going to get justice, but for everybody. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Pastor Wanda, I would like to bring up to our podium Pastor Wanda. We're also waiting for the Brooks family to possibly join us tonight, too. Okay. Oh, here we go. Come on. There we go. Can we open up with the pastor here? Pastor Wanda? Pastor Wanda. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with the family of Brooks family. And I want to also say, thank you guys for showing up. This is not about politicizing this injustice. This is not about taking advantage of the hurt and pain that they're going through. This is not about us exploiting anybody. This is about us saying enough's enough. We're going to stand with this family. We're going to make sure that they get the justice they deserve. Not taking advantage of nobody, right? We are all collaborators for justice. All of us. People who didn't get their abuses heard, we're going to make sure you get heard. And especially the Brooks family. So we're so honored and thankful to have the Brooks family join us tonight. We would love for them to say a few words.
We love y'all.
Round of applause, please.
Condolences.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Robert Lee Brooks Jr. Robert Brooks is my father. As you can imagine, this is a very difficult time for our family. It's hard to put our feelings and experiences into words right now. Instead, I'm going to share some prepared remarks. I'll start with the facts about my father from the obituary and my family prepared and read out loud at my funeral this weekend and make statements on behalf of the family. Robert Lee Brooks Sr. was born August 18, 1981 in Rochester, New York. He was the son of Robert Lee Brooks and Mary Brooks. He received his education through Rochester City School District, attending George Matthew Ford School and Berkeley School. Robert was a creative individual. He had a special talent for writing poetry and short stories. He was also a lover of music and had the ability to produce rap music. A civic-minded individual. He took advantage of every opportunity to make a positive impact on his community. He had a loving, generous heart and a special concern for young people. As a result, he can be often found facilitating young social sponsoring book bag giveaways, supporting the youth in the community. On December 10, 2024, my father departed this life. He is predeceased by his grandmother and two uncles. He is surviving by his parents, his siblings, son, and grandson. He also leaves a host of loved ones and precious family who will be missed dearly. Over the past few weeks, our family has been focused on supporting one another. Losing a loved one is hard. But the circumstances surrounding my father's death is unnaturally hard to deal with. We are taking one thing at a time. We want to thank everyone for respecting our privacy and giving us space. Our family is very grateful for the community support. Our deepest wishes is that my father's death will not be in vain. His killing must be a catalyst for change. Justice must be served. Seeing everyone gathered here tonight gives me hope that possible is change. And help us know that we are not alone. Thank you.
No justice, no peace. 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 Try that again. Jail time.
Good.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First and foremost, I would like to thank you all for coming out to support our family as we demand justice for my son, for his father, her son, his brother, and his brother, and a host of other family members that are here. And I need to say that I'm crying out. So if you're respecting me to be up here crying, you came to the wrong vision. Because I've been to the room. One of my mother's favorite gospel songs was, "Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor and he writes all my prescriptions in the room." I went into the room and God wrote me out some scriptures, one for courage, one for faith, one for perseverance. He said, dry those tears and go get some justice for your son. I'm telling you, y'all, there's a level of evil that I can't even comprehend. What is up? Or black evil, rich or poor evil, Jew or Gentile evil, courthouse or Park Avenue or Park Bench is evil. It's just evil. We have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But when you have taken the law officers, oath of honor, the Hippocratic oath, by the Florence Nightingale Pledge of Nurses, but you participate or sit idly by smiling and chatting as if this was just another day at the office while a man is being beaten to death, that's evil. When you can stand around and watch a man get beaten to death, wait your turn to hopefully administer the fatal blow, that's evil. Pure, unmitigated evil. Between 2016 and 2019, approximately 15,679 fathers, daughters, mothers, and sons died in state prisons. They say 47% died from illnesses. I don't believe it. After watching that video, there is nothing they can tell me that I will believe. Because evil lies, evil cheats, manipulates the truth, and will obviously murder our family members. Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand. We're not asking for it. We're not writing a letter and requesting it. We're not stating that it's our constitutional right, and we're not waiting for you to amend the Declaration of Independence or the Proclamation of Emancipation. We want justice and we want it now. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. That's right. I was 26 years old when my gods, my mothers, and my will for me alive. I'm talking about the will I had for me when I was a little boy, singing in the choir at Enid Baptist Church. When I walked around the church in my little double-breasted suit, and Reverend Greer called me Little Deacon, and I was going to be the pastor one day. I'm talking about before I lost my way. At 26 years old, I became a member of the Second Chance Club. Give me a break, I screamed, with tears in my eyes because I had been that route before. I didn't want to go back no more. With my pistol grip tight and robbery on my mind, I grasped my head to try to find an alternative this time. And then the tears of 26 years began to race down my terribly worn face. Tears of years of failing family and friends. Tears of wondering would I ever make amends. Tears of never knowing, never growing, never caring, never daring to question the answers that were in question. Talk to him. Mama said I'm on him, this is all bad. You gotta live, fly right, boy. She said you're gonna be for yourself. Right. Now I know
That's all. I wish I
so
was
that the
in the
clock
middle,
ticketh
but-
away and bring about a brand new